We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to own. You lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
That's exactly how I feel. It's Friday. And you know how you get all revved up and then you just say, man. You know why? What's today?
It's Pop-Off Friday.
And I'm trying to be as calm. I had an issue I had to deal with yesterday, and I'm still like, and I thought I was doing okay. And then I checked out NBC News today. I mean, I thought everything was fine. And then I saw this caption on NBC News that said, federal agencies today rushed to comply with President Donald Trump's executive order aiming to curtail diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The executive order prompted a flurry of memos and emails obtained by NBC News. This is from NBCnews.com. The executive orders prompted a flurry of memos and emails that modified the rules for staff at intelligence agencies, military, and across civilian departments regarding employee resource groups and the celebration of cultural awareness events. This week, Defense Intelligence Agency ordered a pause on all activities and events related to Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month, Juneteenth, LGBTQ Pride Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and other special observances to comply with the executive order. I don't think that's what the executive order said and meant. I think people are taking the time that they wanted to get rid of stuff they don't like and everything else that they don't care about. The memo listed 11 observances that are now banned. It also said that all affinity groups and employee networking groups are immediately on pause. How can you stop somebody from meeting? Just meet outside the organization. The DIA did not immediately return a call requesting a comment. The directive comes as the Trump administration has made it a top priority to go after any programs perceived to be related to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the federal government, God forbid we don't do something that's all white. U.S. intelligence agencies are also working to eliminate or suspend any activities that could be interpreted as supporting past DEI policies. What is a DEI policy? What is that? What's a DEI policy? You can get rid of DEI, but you can't get rid of affirmative action because it's in the Constitution. And so people that have this thing in their brain that they think they got rid of affirmative action, they got rid of quotas put in affirmative action in colleges. You can't pick people because of race. You got to pick people based on merit, test scores, that kind of stuff. So because we're behind, and I talked about it the other day, right? Inertia. Because you started before us, you get to go before us. You get the better schools before us. You get the books first before us. You get the training first before us. Your parents get the money first before us. So you're ahead of us. It doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. But guess what? Is that going to stop you from taking a sick day on Martin Luther King Day? It's a federal holiday. Who cares whether or not they cancel something? You don't have to commemorate a holiday. We're also not going to commemorate what? President's Day. Tell them dead presidents to stay dead. All white of them. Stay dead. Who cares? I thought loving the country was loving everything about the country. I thought that race didn't matter. So if you're going to get rid of it, you ready? St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to trash it every single year. Trash Italians. Got it? And what's that other dude in October that we used to celebrate? Now it's Indigenous Day, right? That guy that so-called discovered America but found himself in India, stupid that he was. And y'all support him. Well, we need Italian. Yeah, let's start an Italian. Yeah, I'm an Italian president, so let's start an Italian holiday. Oh, that's cool. No. You actually take the time to get drunk on St. Patrick's Day. Does that even make any sense? You drive drunk, you talk drunk, you fight drunk, you go to jail drunk. Right? It's now trash Italians and trash Irish Day. If we're going to trash black people, let's trash everybody. Oh, and when the Chinese New Year comes around, trash them too. Let's get rid of all the holidays. All of them. Take all your time off. I got a day off. Open up the banks, open up the market. Hey, no more holidays. Y'all don't want to do MLK? Everybody go to work. Everybody black, call in sick. I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying? Talking text line says, good afternoon and happy Friday, Southside Frank. We, by Mr. Trump's genius, or acknowledging the obvious, we are going to return to age-old criteria. Best man and best woman for the job, period. Are you making an assumption that black people are automatically not qualified because they got hired? Is that stupid or what? That's the blowback from DEI. People think every time a black person gets a job, they got it because they're black. That's weird to me. It's also unfortunate because people are stupid. It's not Trump's genius. It's Trump's stupidity. The power of this country is its diversity. Don't be scared of diversity. Gender, we're diverse, male and female. Race, we're diverse. Culture, we're diverse. That's what makes this country so great. And you crap on it because you think you're going to lose your power, your money, and your prestige. What you really think you're going to lose is your inertia. Because you know that if we catch up, you ready? We won't need you. That's why when all this stuff was jumping off with George Floyd and people talked all that crap, I'm going to call people out too. Remember when I said I don't need an ally and nobody asked you to be my ally? You just decided because you think I'm not up to the task? What is that? The fact that you think black people are so dumb, so lazy, so stupid, so behind that you have to actually step in our stead and speak for us, talk for us, live for us, tell us what to do, tell us how to spend our money. You want to tell somebody how to spend their money? Be a millionaire and have somebody duplicate what you did to become a millionaire. That's helping somebody. Tell somebody exactly what it is you do. And not Southside Frank talking about, that's not what I said. Yes, that is what you said. Mr. Trump genius or acknowledging the obvious. We never had best man, best woman for the job. White people always got hired because of their friends and nepotism. What are you talking about? Watch this. You ever go to a regular hospital and watch this, ask the question. When you get an x-ray, ask how many people in your family work here. Weirdest thing in the world. X-ray techs. You could go to school for 9 months, 18 months, get certified, and make close to $100,000 a year as an X-ray tech or somewhere near there. And then they tell their cousins, their aunt, there was one place where the mother was the boss and hired her kids. And they ran the place. What is that? You know what that's called? It's the same thing that black people need to exercise like everybody. So if we're going to even everything out, and if we're going to do everything by merit, guess what we're going to do? We're going to use the N-word. Nepotism.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference gave us some incredible games so far this week. In the boys' white division, we had a battle between two teams who sit atop of the standings as the Bayview Redcats traveled to take on the Milwaukee Obama, formerly known as the Milwaukee Custer Cougars. It was a great defensive battle between these two teams. They went toe-to-toe for two halves, but in the end, the Obama Cougars came out on top, winning 44-41 to stay in first place in the boys' white division. Now on to the girls' side of things. In the Golda Meir Owls were looking to stay undefeated in conference play as they traveled to take on the Washington Pearl Golders, and they did exactly that, continuing their hot streak, dropping 71 points on their way to victory, defeating the Pearl Golders 71-29.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update. MPS proud and MPS strong.
Join the Bucks and tip off Black History Month with the team's Black Excellence Game, presented by Hennessy on Sunday, February 2nd. Celebrate the next generation of black leaders through storytelling, performances, and more. Enjoy incredible on-court action when the team faces off against Memphis, while we shine a spotlight on black excellence in our community. Visit bucks.com/impact for details and to secure your tickets. That's bucks.com/impact.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
He was so caught up in the music, he forgot about me. He's sitting there rocking like, I never heard this before. Fred Wesley and the Horny Horns. Right here.
That's a name.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833. I'm so much listening to the music, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be reading. I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. It's Friday. It's Pop-Off Friday. You got anything? 833-212-1017 is the number for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Happy New Year. It's the last day. That means the tough days are ahead, and you got seasonal affect disorder all coming. You know, sometimes you get down. I'm a little down today myself. Plenty of gray, frigid days on the horizon. February's coming tomorrow. That's where we all just want to get snuggly and stay at home and do nothing. But that's also where Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin comes in. They're inviting doors welcome friends and family to a cozy home, thanks to Pella's gorgeous, energy-efficient windows, keeping the cold out. And Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hurry, you have until the end of day today, January 31st, to score Pella's New Year's special. That's today, January 31st. 0% interest for up to 3 years. Certain restrictions apply. All you got to do is go to PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. That's some cold music, ain't it? That's some cold, see? I'm trying to school you on a little bit. You know, I'm just trying to get you to understand what's going on. 833-212-1017 is the number. I should probably goodbye. I should probably go to the YouTube chat so I can see what's going on and see what's happening. 833-212-1017 is the number, or you can go to YouTube 101.7 The Truth and look us up and see what we're doing. Al say, Doc, when you funky is just plain funky. Yes, it is. Young folk don't know nothing about that. No, they don't. They don't understand funk, and they don't understand New Jack Swing. They think because they know who Teddy Riley is, or Guy, then they know New Jack Swing. But they really don't know New Jack Swing.
Janet Jackson?
No, she just had a song during New Jack Swing. She's not New Jack Swing. She's not. Like, you could think about it. She's not.
I'm trying to think of her producers. I can't think of their names.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah.
They're not New Jack Swing. You know who Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis produced, like where they cut their teeth? Oh my gosh. Protege of Prince. Come on now. See, you don't know that. See,
but the thing is, they didn't immerse themselves into the New Jack Swing era and start making New Jack Swing music, like producing it.
No. They did some, but Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are from that Prince era. Prince was pre-New Jack Swing.
Yeah, I don't think, they didn't get their start with that, but I thought that they was going crazy in that era.
I wouldn't say crazy, and most of their music, in my estimation, wasn't New Jack Swing.
Yeah, I don't know. Who was New Jack Swing then?
Let me think. Because I did it before. I did a list of New Jack Swing. Guy, Boys to Men, Keith, Belle Biv DeVoe, New Edition, Teddy Riley, Bobby Brown when he was single, Tony, and somebody you ain't never heard of, Johnny Gill, Tevin Campbell, Jodeci. Ooh, Jodeci.
Tevin Campbell.
Jodeci. That's, man. See, you don't know nothing. You don't know what you are talking about when you don't know. You just have.
I know that Key Sweat, Twisted.
See, it ain't about. You just don't get it. You just don't get it. You don't get stuff like this.
Without you, baby, I feel worthless. I'm living on the edge.
It's been an hour since you've been gone, and that's too long, so come back home. I can't live without you, so I'll cry for you. Do anything that I can to feel that touch from your hand. Sorry that I want you, lady, what do I do? You know you're everything I do. Oh, yeah.
They don't make music like that no more. Come on now.
No, I have to admit that.
Come on.
DJ Brother Z said this is trash. That's crazy.
Tell DJ Brother G he's trash. How's that?
That's crazy. I can't. That's insane.
Lady, I will cry for you tonight. Come on, man. Nobody's saying like that because he don't know singing. He got all that electronic garbage that he needs instead of just straight. See, he don't know nothing about that. Nothing. He just kind of, I gotta use electronic or I gotta use a computer to make it sound better. Nah, dude. Help me out. Come on. They don't make music like that. Can't nobody even sing like who can sing like this today? Give me a group that can sing like this today.
Everybody use auto-tune.
I rest my case? Like, really?
My mind is always with you. It's amazing what you do.
They don't make music like that no more. 833-212-1017 is the number. Can y'all help him understand what New Jack Swing is? It goes like this.
Everything I
can't think of anybody today that could like do those runs the way he does. None. What?
T-Pain.
What? T-Pain?
Tory Lanez.
Lord have mercy.
833-212.
Usher, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is trash.
Neo.
Chris Brown probably belong in
Friday.
jail. They probably belong in jail. Really?
Khalid.
Go somewhere and sit down. What? Dude, get off the microphone before I come in there.
He got to be in disrespect.
Get off the microphone. Dr. Doolittle, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Dr. Ken, what's going on, bro? I just had to call in and chime in real quick because I heard that comment that old boy made about Rick saying that Jodeci was trash, man. Hey, listen, you taking them young whippersnappers to school.
They don't know no better. They don't know no better.
It's not out there right now that could touch that type of music, man. You know that.
Yep.
They know that.
Yep. But see,
that's all.
They can't get the thank you. They can't get the it's just unfortunate that they don't understand how the music goes and what it entailed, that it wasn't talking about, you know, booty this and butt that. It was just simple.
Of rejection. If you're with me, you're secure. You keep telling me.
Now say something about that, DJ Brother Z. It's trash. Right. You know what people call trash, right? You can't do it.
Listen to love.
Come on with it. Trash.
That boy is good.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Happy New Year means a lot of rough days ahead for those who suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Plenty of gray, frigid days on the horizon where we all just want to be snugly and warm at home. That's where Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin comes in. Their inviting doors welcome friends and family into a cozy home thanks to Pella's gorgeous, energy-efficient windows, keeping the cold out. Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin showroom today so you can learn the Pella difference and get inspired on making your home more energy efficient and beautiful with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hurry, you only have until January 31st to score Pella's New Year's special. 0% interest for up to 3 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit PellaWI.com. Join the Greater Milwaukee Urban League as it celebrates individuals and organizations whose commitment to equity creates strong partners and strong communities. It's all happening at the annual Equal Opportunity Day Luncheon on Thursday, March 13th at the Pfister Hotel. Greater Milwaukee Urban League will honor local leaders and organizations committed to empowering communities and changing lives. Join us for a special recognition of legendary past President Ralph Holman. For details, sponsorship, and tickets, go to tmul.org.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
An accident on 41 northbound still being worked on right about at Burleigh. It's off on the right shoulder. Delays stretching all the way back past Watertown Plank Road. Southbound, we've got an accident at Silver Spring as well. So that's stretching back all the way to Good Hope Road. And eastbound 94 still dealing with an accident there at Mitchell Boulevard off on the right shoulder. We've got some delays from 92nd Street past that point all the way to 35th Street. And just heads up on the bypass heading southbound, you are going to see some big delays from just south of Greenfield down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Southbound 43 has some backups basically from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. Milwaukee Bucks guard Damian Lillard has been selected as a reserve for the 2025 NBA All-Star Game. It's Lillard's second consecutive All-Star Game nod and his 9th overall. The Bucks are in San Antonio to take on the Spurs tonight. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. Over to the NFL, where the coaching shuffle hit Green Bay as Jacksonville Jaguars have hired Anthony Campanelli as their defensive coordinator. Campanelli served 1 season as the Packers linebacker coach. And Sean Mannion also elevated as the QB coach for the Packers, and DeMarcus Covington has been hired by Green Bay to serve as a defensive line coach. He last served as a defensive coordinator for the Patriots in 2024. And lastly, staying with the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker being accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 massage therapists in the Baltimore area. Tucker calls these allegations unequivocally false in a lengthy response on social media. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. You know what? I like to play it. No dickity, no doubt. Play on, play it. Play on, play it. Yo, Trey, drop the verse.
It's going down, face of Black Street. The homies got at me, collab creations, bump like acne.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. The one thing I'm smart enough not to do is play a lot of songs with Dr. Dre in it. Because, you know, he be dropping some stuff. You be like, wait, what? What'd he say? And then, dump, switch. So, you know, you gotta be careful. 833-212-1017 is the number. Don't forget Drew Hill, Dr. Ken. They were influenced by Jodeci. If I had my first kids to their songs. I'm a grandfather now. Okay? And then somebody said blankety blankin' mint condition. And then somebody said that boy, Stokely Williams, killed it on the leads and blew his doggone blank off. That one. And then Good Life said, you should let that play. We don't play music, so, we got to temper that down. Sometimes we got to watch what we do. Unlike a former New York State trooper who actually, well, I'm going to tell you about it. If it's been said 1,000 times, even though this is what's the word I'm looking for? It's an opinion piece, right? So I'm just going to say it. So I like News One, but too many times News One prints news, but then it becomes an opinion piece. I don't really care what Zach Lindley thinks about it. I just want to know the facts of the case. But for some reason, we have this thing in our brain that we need to know because you bash the police and bash this and bash that. Seems like you never bash civilians that do bad things. We only bash cops that do bad things. But I digress. Last October, New York State Trooper Thomas Messia reported that he'd been shot in the line of duty by a black or dark-skinned Hispanic male. That's according to a police report. Right? This story got posted 2 days ago. On Monday, Nassau County District Attorney's Office told ABC News that Messia had surrendered himself to police and stands accused of what? Staging the shooting and then conjuring up an imaginary black man to blame it on. He knew the fear it would cause. He did it anyway. Nassau County DA Ann Donnelly said during a press conference this past Monday, calling Messia's allegations unconscionable. His alleged actions unconscionable. Messia could face 1 to 3 years in prison if convicted on charges of official misconduct, falsely reporting a crime, and tampering with evidence. So the police matched the gun in the shooting to one owned by him. It wasn't his service weapon, and so they got a warrant. They got a warrant. Checked his house and found $800,000. Initiated a radio transmission. Shots fired! Shots fired! Claimed that he was shot by the driver of black Dodge Charger, described as a black man or dark-skinned Hispanic male. He staged the scene of the shooting, placing shell casings on the ground hours earlier. Then he said, shot himself in the leg in another location before returning to the staged area. State police temporarily shut down a section of the parkway, claiming an incident occurred in an effort to locate the non-existent shooters, causing alarm and inconvenience to the public. Like, how stupid is this guy? I say throw the book at him. I say lock him up. Oh, wait a minute. There was a Milwaukee police sergeant that did the same thing. Was doing some stuff he wasn't supposed to do, and instead of catching himself because he got hurt, went to a school, pretended like he fell down, like he was stopping somebody breaking into a school, and then called help. And when they asked him who it was a black male, as always. Chief came in, oh, we're going to give you a commendation. You're so smart. You're so great. You're so stupid, because the story fell apart. And the details fell apart. And he ended up getting charged with misconduct in public office, and I believe he either pled guilty or got found guilty and got fired, as he should have. But, in today's world, all you have to do is say a black guy did it. Now, I'm going to say something. I don't want nobody to get upset. But for me, it's true. And I'm looking at 3 other black men. There's some people in the world that you absolutely stay away from. White girls are one of them. You don't want somebody coming in saying, hey, he said something to me, he did. I make sure I'm not in a room alone I make sure I'm not anywhere alone. I don't even sit in a restaurant alone with 500 people. Now, does that seem extreme? Yes. But I've seen people that believe people. Why? Because they got to be right. And now in this Me Too movement where all you got to do is say somebody did something to you and you're guilty, you get fired, lose your job, and then they find out later, oh, they didn't do it. Too late. You already got fired. I've watched students get caught up in that. Just say no. It ain't worth it. It's just not worth it. Just don't get caught alone. Don't go visiting nobody. You get to know somebody, know them in public. Take them to the 3rd Street Market. Sit in front of a glass window that you can see through. Because people, I'm telling you, they will make it up. Hey, look. That's Dr. Ken. Let's go say hello. Bye. Hey, good to meet you. Good to see you. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Love you. Bye. Boop. Leave. Ain't gonna end up on social media. Girl, did you see what he did? Nope. And I didn't do it. And the way that we can fake voices, the way that we can put pictures in places where you're not, absolutely not. I don't think so. You got to be ridiculous. And I'm talking about anybody. I ain't talking about, I was just using, white girls as a metaphor. But today, no. Cameras are everywhere. The crash in Washington, D.C. How do you have clear dash cam footage of an airplane crash? Like, what was you looking for? How do you have phone? Like, what were you looking for in the D.C. sky that you would capture that? You know what I'm saying? I don't care where you go, you're going to end up on camera. Just like now on YouTube. Got to be careful. Then it won't be no New Jack City. It'll be a New Jack U.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
The white friends that I have, especially the ones that I'm very, very close to, they all have something in common. They're all incredibly well-traveled. And when you are stuck in the United States, you are stuck in the institutions and the culture and the groupthink of the United States. And if you are white, a lot of that culture and a lot of that groupthink is don't hang out with black people. Don't be friends with black people. Judge black people. Be very stereotypical of black people.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King described a true education as one that successfully combines intelligence and character. Concordia University prepares learners for meaningful lives of leadership and service to meet all of life's callings. They offer world-class programs online and face-to-face in a faith-based, student-focused environment. Classes are small, opportunities endless. Visit cuw.edu to learn more. I'm 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and I'll be at the MLK Prayer Breakfast at Concordia University, Wisconsin. And while this is an invitation-only event, I invite you to listen to the event live on The Truth, Saturday, February 1st from 10 a.m. till noon. The brunch at Concordia University, Wisconsin, hosted by Walter Goodwin, director of the Office of Multicultural Engagement, is a gathering honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, a time of reflection and prayer. The theme of the brunch at Concordia University this year is Upon This Rock from Matthew 16:18. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Baby, you don't know. Say something about this. I'll come in there and fight you. Come here so I can punch you. 833-212-1017. Come in here so I can punch you, DJ Brother Z. God rest Aaliyah. You gon' what? Man, it's a fight. I'm gonna have to pop off. But you're like 4 inches taller than me, right? And got me beat by probably 25, 30 pounds, so I'm just talking trash. Okay. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. What you picking around for? Like you want to fight? Come on. Come on. Look. Come on camera. I need some YouTube for court. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Vincent, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Good evening, Dr. Ken.
How are you?
Doing fine. Can't complain, man. It's getting lighter every day, and so, hey.
Yeah, buddy.
World's getting better every day.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to pop off about that disgraceful press conference that President Trump gave the other day in response to the tragedy in Washington, D.C. The fact is to transition from the comments he made in the beginning to try to blame the situation on DI hires and things of that sort was absolutely off the chain. It was unbelievable for a president of the United States. And they haven't even pulled bodies out of the water yet to try to explain why this particular thing happened, not allow the investigators to do their job, to come back and do this politically, to go after Barack Obama and President Biden. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Well, first of all, we have to remember that he was briefed, so he knew exactly what happened. Everybody inside knows exactly what happened. They're just letting it play out and do the whole NTSB thing. That's one. Number two, it was a stupid comment, and the reason why it was stupid is because the majority of the people that do it, that are flight controllers, they're white. So what you're telling me is that they hired the wrong white people. I'm good with that. Okay, they were not qualified. So now what? Like, we're going to start blaming. I agree with you. It was totally stupid. And we're starting to blame now when everything goes wrong, like his own shooting. They blame the fact that the Secret Service agent was a woman is the reason why. People laughing at her because she couldn't get her gun, that she couldn't index her gun to the holster, when none of them have ever been shot at before. None of them have ever reacted under fire, and that was probably her first time reacting under fire. And that's how most cops and most people would respond if they got shot at. I remember the first time I got shot at. You have to regroup. And then unfortunately, when it happens again, you actually get used to it and you know how to respond. That's what people are used to seeing. So based on what happened, it wasn't a flight controller's fault. It was the helicopter pilot's fault.
Well, I'm still waiting on the report before I make a judgment on whose fault it was.
You don't have to make a report. They already reported that the helicopter was 150 to 200 feet above the ceiling. The reason why they don't go above the ceiling is because airplanes stay above that till they get to a certain point in the glide path and they land. He literally went above it and ran into the plane. The plane was on its own, doing its thing, had everything, visual flight, everything lined up with the runway 33. The helicopter hit them. It was his fault.
Exactly, but my point is that there's a terrible narrative going on out of this administration. That when you have tragedies in this country, especially you have wildfires in L.A., you blame it on diversity. When you have the tragedy that happened in New Orleans, you blame it on diversity hires. The fact is that there's this narrative being played out from this administration that is detrimental to individuals in this country, especially people of color, especially especially for women in this country.
So tell me what it's going to do.
Is being played out.
So tell me what it's going to do.
Excuse me?
Tell me what it's going to do.
Oh, what it's going to do is exactly what you explained before. You've got not only government agencies, but you've got companies around this country basically gutting their DEI programs as far as hiring,
so did the
as far
DEI
as suppliers and things of that sort.
But did they work?
And when you have,
but did they work? Did they work? Because they use it as an excuse to hire and then place you in jobs that were dead end too. So there were some negatives about DEI that a lot of people don't publicly say. They're grateful they have a job, but it's not a job that you can get promoted from. So that's the other part of that. You got trapped in some of those jobs, and I think that was on purpose.
Well, the point, if you thought that was on purpose, but the point is that they were at least being hired.
No, that's not.
At least they were being hired.
I need a job where I can get promoted and I can grow and I can one day possibly be the president of the company. We got a lot of companies, and I'm not going to say the names, but I remember family members who got called and said, hey, if you're making 100 and blah, 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 down and out, we'll double your salary if you come work for us. And the question was, well, what job will I have? And because they knew the industry, they said, well, that's a dead-end job. Where would I get promoted from there? And what's my track to become a senior executive? They said there isn't one. They didn't take the job. So that's the flip side of DEI that we really need to be careful of because, again, inertia. We're setting black people back or holding them in place while white people move forward and they keep winning.
Oh, exactly. Since Europeans stepped on this continent, the fact is that there's never been an issue as far as people being there have been people being denied their rights in this country since Europeans stepped on this country.
So then,
stepped on this country.
Then make your own. So then make your own. Stop crying. Stop complaining. Let's just make our own.
Oh, well, you can make your own until a certain point. The fact is we're all Americans.
At what point is that? At what point is that?
At what point do we begin to make our own?
Dude,
you can start making your own individually.
It's been 500 years. What are we doing?
What are we doing is we're trying to make our way in this country.
No, we're not. We're trying to kiss up to what other people think we should do, and we want to be like everybody else instead of just doing what we do. Build your own business, build your own store. Stop complaining about other people not giving us something and build. If you have a food desert, open a store. Stop complaining about other people being in the neighborhood. Just do it. Go to 8th and Atkinson and go to the black gas station and fill up your tank. That's all.
Exactly. But the fact is that's not happening, and that gas station is about to close. No,
it's not, because I'm going over there. I'm driving through there tomorrow. I'm going to drive through there tonight just to see, just to look at. And when I need to fill up my gas tank, I'm going there.
Mm-hmm. And well, that's a good plan. But the fact is that when you look at it as a whole, it probably won't survive unless the entire community decides to go there and fill their gas tank up.
If that's the mindset, then we'll never win. If you're not willing to lose, you're probably not going to win. So we need to just let everybody know and tell everybody. And by the way, thank you for the call, Vince. I only got about a minute left.
All right.
If we just tell everybody, we need to just do it. Just go. 8th and Atkinson, black-owned, the only black-owned gas station and convenience store in Wisconsin. Not the city of Milwaukee, not the county of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go give them your money. And everybody's afraid they're not going to be safe. They got lighting. Be careful, just like you do in your own neighborhood or just like you do in a suburb. You know, you got to watch left, right, up, down, turn around, watch your six, like everywhere. Go get your gas and keep them in business. Stop complaining because it costs so much, because it costs that much everywhere. We'll make it. Guaranteed. 833-212-1017 is the number. It's Pop-Off Friday and Top 5 at 5 up next.
1017 The Truth is now the proud home of Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference basketball. Tune in every week so you don't miss out on the classic rivalry game we all love, the high-flying dunks that leave us in awe, and the memorable moments where Milwaukee basketball legends are born. City Conference basketball on 1017 The Truth is sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, MPS proud, and presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I gotta take advantage of when I get to tease Jason because he kind of on point. And so when I get one little itty bitty thing, I gotta get him. In other words, he gotta get got. So I'm just saying. Yep. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number.
Number 5.
So, we keep talking about holding people responsible, right? You got to hold people responsible when they commit crimes. It's terrible, right? Judge Danielle Shelton, who I've met several times, we got to talk. After initially facing a felony, the former principal of Thurston Woods School has pleaded guilty to an amended misdemeanor charge for misconduct in public office after failing to alert police that an 11-year-old brought a gun to school. Dennis Daniels, 53, was sentenced to 4 days in the Community Reintegration Center, which is House Corrections, formerly known as. However, look at that. He had credit for 4 days because he served time that took place January 30th at the time of his sentencing. Yesterday. Milwaukee County Circuit Court Judge Danielle L. Shelton handed down the sentence. The criminal case is tied to a February 2024 incident at Thurston Woods School, which serves students in kindergarten to 8th grade, 35th and Florence, and it's part of MPS. According to the criminal complaint, a student told police that his classmate had pointed a gun at his head and pulled the trigger, though the weapon didn't fire. A teacher found the gun under a staircase, hid it in her shirt, and then brought it to Daniels, the school principal, a public employee. Criminal complaint says Daniels was required by law to report any instance of school violence where there's a serious or imminent threat to the health and safety of a student. Daniels did not immediately contact police or take any disciplinary action against the student. And one day after recovering the gun at the school, Daniels took the weapon to MPD District 4, and he told the officers he found the gun while conducting a perimeter check around the school, which was not true. The aspect of the case led to him being charged with obstructing an officer. That charge was later dismissed but read into the record, meaning the judge was able to consider the details of the charge in the sentencing. 4 days? 4 days. I got another story I'm going to talk about where something happened and the person got charged with a felony and they didn't even do anything. And people had the audacity. Here's the funny part. Dozens of people submitted letters to the court in support of Daniels, calling him an upright and trustworthy person. Dude, you just lied. Now, granted, everybody lies, situations and circumstances, but you lied. You actually went and lied to the police. He's a role model, an educator, a community, a strategic thinker and problem solver. Well, now his problem is finding a job. Solve that problem. He's a God-fearing man who's a beacon of help for many. He is needed in his community. Well, now you'll be in your community because you don't have a job. Now you got time to work. The reason I'm saying that is because we know that this is serious. You let a child get away with bringing a gun to school. Listen to what you did. And we're going with no harm, no foul. 4 days. It's insulting. It is insulting.
Number 4.
Also from JS Online, Mayor Cavalier Johnson's stalled housing growth plan will be revised in response to concerns raised by Milwaukee residents. Known as Growing MKE, it seeks to encourage housing development by changing Milwaukee's zoning rules. Both Growing MKE and any separate zoning changes need Common Council approval. Opposition from residents and Alderman Russell Stamper at a July Planning Commission hearing led to Growing MKE to being placed on hold. In December, Johnson's Department of City Development hosted an additional meeting to obtain public input. The department on Friday said it's revising Growing MKE. Those proposed changes to be later unveiled are a response to public input. Might have did that at the beginning. We are currently reviewing feedback, including recognized concerns, consulting with members of Common Council to consider potential updates to the comprehensive plan and zoning code, including recent proposals put forward by council members. The DCD is in process of developing an updated draft plan for public review. This version will include changes based on public input, but watch this. They're not telling you what they are. They're not telling you what those changes are. That's the problem with the Common Council. You can incorporate feedback, but tell us what the feedback is. Tell us what the feedback is. What's the problem with it? Why are people saying, nope, we don't want that? It's trash. Like, why are people actually saying that? Why?
Number 3.
I'm back to my old stomping ground, MPS. This from WISN.com. Milwaukee Board of School Directors voted yesterday for some students to start earlier in class starting next year. Milwaukee Public Schools is on a 3-tier system. The changes affect Tier 1 students who start at 7:25 a.m. Next school year, they'll start at 7:15. The school board said some students are late to school daily because of a late bus drop-off. This change is supposed to allow buses more time to drop off students so all students make it to school on time. The earliest bus pickup time will remain at 6:40 a.m. Now, parents and teachers voiced their frustration, saying schools don't need to start any earlier. At a Tier 1 school already, 80% of the students arrive late. You hear me? 80% of the students at Tier 1 schools that start at 7:20. Are you kidding me? When didn't school start at like 8:45, 9 o'clock, 8:30, 7:25? Now you want to start at 7:15? This is how stupid the school board is. One teacher said they oversleep and miss the bus. Research from the CDC, Center for Disease Control, and the American Association of professors, I think. No, I'm sorry, American Academy of Pediatrics recommends later start times for better student outcome. Moving earlier than it is already, it will be contradictory to best practices, which is already done. School board went into closed session, of course, before discussing restoring school resource officers because, they don't want to be talked about in public. They do all their trash in private because it's the trash school board. Don't we have an election coming up February 18th? Ain't some of them on that? Yeah, we need to get rid of some of them. That don't make no sense.
Number 2.
From Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, Milwaukee Police Department has changed the policy in hopes that drivers who don't have a license and get pulled over repeatedly will face greater consequences. The new policy, detailed at the Public Safety and Health Committee on Thursday, addresses a situation where officers were incorrectly citing violators for driving with a suspended license on multiple offenses. An unpaid driving without a license ticket can lead a person to have a driving record showing the driver inexistent license as being suspended. That was leading officers to issue suspended tickets instead of driving without a license ticket. Well, what you should have been doing is issuing both. And in effect, allowing drivers to avoid criminal charges, which occur with repeated violations of driving without a license. So it follows WISA and Channel 12 reporting on the loophole, which found instances of unlicensed drivers who had killed people in reckless driving incidents having received numerous suspended tickets instead of facing criminal charges. The revised policy says members shall only issue operating while suspended citation if the violator has previously been issued a driver's license and their driving status is suspended. If the violator has never been issued a driver's license and their driving status is suspended, they should get an operating without a license, which kind of made sense, and that's what I actually did. When did that even change? I did a lot of traffic. It also requires officers to arrest those who face criminal citations for driving without a license, which occurs on a second offense. Now, here's what happened in the past. We used to arrest people on operating after suspension. Nope, we didn't do that. We wrote you a ticket. Only when your license became revoked because you got convicted and you didn't pay, then your license was revoked by the state, then we would arrest you on a criminal charge. We quit doing that and just made them all city revocations and city suspensions. And so you just racked up 10 bazillion of them and you really didn't do anything until it became a warrant, which was what? A future court date. So now, I guess somebody woke up and said the first offense is municipal citation. That means the charge will be referred to Milwaukee County Circuit Court on a second one, which is the way it was. Revocation was returnable to circuit court, suspension, municipal court. Operating after suspension is always a ticket. The policy change has been in the works since last year, and in September, the same city committee questioned police officials on how this was occurring. Well, they don't understand that the way the statute is written, it kind of tells you what you can and can't do. So the fact that you don't have a driver's license, but you're operating after suspension, you have to weigh that. So the police officials admitted they were incorrect to the department's understanding of being required to issue suspension citations in those situations. That was due to how officers were seeing a suspended notification when viewing driver history and believe that required the issuance of suspension licenses. They said some officers, however, were correctly issuing citations by reviewing the driving history and extensively during stops. So what happens is when your driving record comes back, you got to go through it. You can't just say, oh, they're suspended. Well, no, you can't go suspended. How many previous? Do they have a license? Nope, they don't have a license. No license issued. Okay, boom. You get an operating after suspension and you get a driving without a license. Now you're going to go to jail for it. So I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. That is a good idea. Thank you, city, for catching that. Thank you for calling them out and making them understand that you still got to do your job.
Number 1.
This from JS Online. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, is disputing a viral report that Puerto Rican family was detained by immigration officers in Milwaukee while shopping. It's completely false, an ICE spokesperson told the Journal Sentinel today. Earlier this week, Telemundo Puerto Rico reported a Puerto Rican family of 3, including a 3-year-old child, was detained by ICE after being overheard speaking Spanish in a store in Milwaukee. That by itself don't sound right. But anyway, the report featured an anonymous interview with a person described as a relative of the family. So you don't have a name, you don't have any video, you don't have any audio. All you have is a person. Okay. According to ICE spokesperson, Telemundo did not reach out to the agency to confirm if it even occurred. The report garnered millions of views, was shared across several platforms by members of Congress and others. Immigration advocates in Wisconsin and across the U.S. have been dealing with the barrage of rumors about ICE operations since President Donald Trump took office. They have asked community members to refrain from sharing unverified information to avoid unnecessary panic. Local advocates say that false rumors detract from real instances of raids and U.S. citizens being detained in other states. Milwaukee County Supervisor Juan Miguel Martinez said in a Facebook post yesterday, "Remember that when we spread misinformation, we're helping the people that want to destroy us." Multiple sheriff's officers and elected officials said they also could not confirm the story. The report said the Puerto Rican family was bused to a nearby detention center, but a sheriff's office in Milwaukee County to Kenosha County said they had no evidence of such a family being detained in their jails. We have no record of a bus of detained people being brought here by ICE, Patrick Esser said of the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. Now, just so you know, and it may not be public, many times federal detainees, people that are arrested on federal charges, are held in Waukesha in the Eastern District of Wisconsin. So it's an easy phone call. Hey, y'all got so-and-so there? No. Yes. So U.S. Representative Gwen Moore, who actually shared the report on X, also told the Journal Sentinel she was unable to verify the incident. So why did we forward it? Local advocacy group Forward Latino hasn't been able to verify the incident either. That's according to Daryl Morin, president of Forward Latino. So we got to be careful because somebody's going to panic and say something or do something or defend themselves when they don't need defending, and something tragic is going to happen. We got to be careful. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, a former reality TV couple might be going to prison.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Reproductive justice is a framework, it's a movement, it's a vision for reproductive freedom, it's a right to have a child, it's a right to not have children, and this next part is really as important as the other parts. It's the right to birth and parent our children with dignity, and the right to live and parent our children in safe and healthy environments. So reproductive justice understands the ability of any person to control their destiny is directly related to the conditions of their communities. It looks at the intersections of discrimination in social, political, and economic systems, and it sheds light on the barriers that these systems produce. And then we, reproductive justice advocates, fight against the barriers that prevent Black people and other people of color from exercising their rights. That's reproductive justice.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
It's time for the 32nd Annual Young Gentleman Scholarship Botillion, presented by the 7 Jewels Foundation and the Delta Chi Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. A Botillion young gentleman is a high school senior in Milwaukee who's about to embark on adulthood and has chosen to pursue higher education, college, trade, or technical school. One lucky bowl will win a $5,000 scholarship. Apply by February 21st, 2025, and for more information, call Kevin Patterson at 414-364-2835.
Join the Bucks and tip off Black History Month with the team's Black Excellence Game, presented by Hennessy on Sunday, February 2nd. Celebrate the next generation of Black leaders through storytelling, performances, and more. Enjoy incredible on-court action when the team faces off against Memphis, while we shine a spotlight on Black excellence in our community. Visit bucks.com/impact for details and to secure your tickets. That's bucks.com/impact.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by American Family Insurance. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Black. Black, black, black. Black on black, black. Yeah. Hey. Okay, black, 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 black.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Happy New Year means a lot of rough days ahead for those who suffer from seasonal affect disorder. Plenty of gray, frigid days on the horizon where we just want to get all snuggly and warm at home. And that's where Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin come in. Their inviting doors welcome friends and families into a cozy home thanks to Pella's gorgeous, energy-efficient windows keeping the cold out. Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate with the new year with 0% interest up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So you got to hurry. Today is January 31st. Today's the last day to score Pella's New Year special. 0% interest up to 3 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. 833-212-1017 is the number. Also want to remind you, tomorrow, be sure to tune in to our special broadcast, MLK Prayer Breakfast. I am the MC, and it's sponsored by American Family Insurance, live from Concordia University, Wisconsin, from 10 a.m. till noon. It'll be right here on 1017 The Truth. You'll hear speakers and songs. You'll hear all sorts of things. You'll hear from Concordia University, Wisconsin's Director of Multicultural Engagement, Walter Goodwin, about the impact of Dr. King on his life. You'll also hear recipients, Student Leadership Award winners, all sorts of stuff. Again, MLK Prayer Breakfast, sponsored by American Family Insurance, live from Concordia University, Wisconsin, 10 a.m. to noon tomorrow on the award-winning 1017 The Truth right here. Do not miss it. 833-212-17. My brain just, and I just got distracted. 833-212-1017 is the number, because I looked at the root, and every time I look at this, I just go, my brain just stops. During the pandemic, you ready? In 2023, LaShonda, 35, and Marlon Moore, 37, were accused of running a fraudulent pyramid scheme, preying on thousands of mostly black people while raking in millions of dollars for themselves. This according to officials. Now they're taking responsibility for their actions and pleading guilty to their crimes. Why do people always plead guilty when the Department of Justice comes in and want to knock on your door? The illegal scheme founded by the Moores was called, watch this, Blessings in No Time, also known as BENT. They were participants would promise an 800% return. That's what they promised them on their investment, or refund if they weren't satisfied. But spoiler alert, that ain't how it happened. The couple reportedly designed BENT as a chain referral pyramid scheme using a so-called playing board system, according to their indictment. In order to enter the plot, you had to pay $1,400 at the lowest fire level. The goal of the playing board was to move up in the ranks and eventually get to the water level, at which point you cash in big time. Instead, the Moores placed themselves and their families members at the water level, making them the constant and sole ones benefiting the whole time. You ready? They got 8,000 people to join in. You ready? 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000. They got 8,000 people, and you could start to get in was $1,400. Multiply 8,000 just by 1,400, not the extra money they had to pay to go up. And then you'll get sick. So let's do that. Let's see how sick we're gonna be today. Let's see. Let's find out. 8,000 times 1,400 equals $11,200,000. The court settled the case in court, and get this. This is what really makes me mad. In 2021, Attorney General Ken Paxton filed an initial lawsuit against BENT and the Moores for promoting and operating a scam. The case was settled, and the couple was ordered to pay $450,000. Paxton claimed the couple and their likeness in past appearances on OWN Networks TV and Fiancé TV show to gain credibility from the public, according to documents. But wait, there's more. Authorities eventually got wind of BENT, and after a formal investigation, the married couple was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and money laundering in 2023, according to the Justice Department. They were each facing 20 years maximum sentence if convicted by a jury. But then they pled guilty to one count of money laundering this past January 16th. And as a result, they won't go to trial, and they'll be sentenced by a judge at a later date. So here's my question. Where's them people's money? At a minimum, you got $11 million off those people and got nothing in return. I don't get it. So should we be teaching our children to be tougher, or should we be teaching people to treat our children better? When we come back, there's an article in News One that has to do with equating black people to certain animals.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, get ready to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community as we host our first annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 28th at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel. This will be a Truth family party where we will celebrate the unsung heroes of our community, and we roll out the red carpet for those making a positive impact every day. Tickets are selling fast, so go to 1017thetruth.com today to make sure you do not miss out on the biggest celebration in Milwaukee. Tickets are only $25 and includes free food, free drinks, and free Truth giveaways. Don't miss an evening filled with entertainment, heartfelt stories, and celebrating our city with the 1017 The Truth team. Visit 1017thetruth.com right now to buy your tickets to our Truth Community Awards. That is 1017thetruth.com to secure your spot for a night of celebrating the excellence of our community. The Truth Community Awards is presented by Potawatomi Casino and Hotel and brought to you by the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He has inspired generations of change leaders, and many more are to come. Let's celebrate his legacy by enjoying incredible speeches by Milwaukee Public Schools students.
For the past few months, we have been in a time of extreme divisiveness and hostility. In all of the chaos, I find that I'm itching to get out there and make myself heard, to gratify my yearning for involvement. I'm so enthralled with desperately hoping that I'll make the right choices in the future that I fail to recognize the fact that I have the power to ensure that success now. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, we are faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now. In this unfolding conundrum of life and history, there is such a thing as being too late. We need to take action, for ourselves and for each other. How will you help the people around you if you aren't willing to change? People are stronger when united. We dream and we try and we fail and we grow, but we do it together. What's important is that when someone asks you the question, what are you doing for others? You'll be able to say that you're changing. The best thing you can do for someone else isn't about material things or getting recognition for good deeds. It's letting someone make an impression on you. Letting someone challenge the way you see things. Letting someone change you, change your perspective. So consider the minor happenings a little more. Just flashing a smile at a stranger. A small change in your demeanor, and that person will be thinking about your kindness for the rest of their day. All it takes is a split second more consideration. That's all it really is. A thought. A change. A brilliant, shining chance to do what you can for others. Take it.
Marcus Performing Arts Center and We Energies are proud to sponsor the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Speech Contest.
We do have an accident northbound on Highway 100, just north of Sutter Street. The left lane is blocked with that, so that's going to be causing some issues. On 41 southbound, we got backups right past Silver Spring. We do have that earlier accident there at that point off on the right shoulder, just a semi-truck stuck on the right side there. A little bit more of a delay past Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, watch for delays from 92nd Street through to 35th. The westbound side slow from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. And southbound 43 slowing down just south of Capitol Drive down towards the North Avenue curve. Northbound is backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 26. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneib. Milwaukee Bucks guard Damian Lillard has been selected as a reserve for the 2025 NBA All-Star Game. It's Lillard's second consecutive All-Star Game nod and his 9th overall. The Bucks are in San Antonio to take on the Spurs tonight. Tip-off set for 7 p.m. Over to the NFL, where the coaching shuffle hit Green Bay as Jacksonville Jaguars have hired Anthony Campanelli as their defensive coordinator. Campanelli served 1 season as the Packers linebacker coach. And Sean Mannion also elevated as the QB coach for the Packers, and DeMarcus Covington has been hired by Green Bay to serve as a defensive line coach. He last served as a defensive coordinator for the Patriots in 2024. And lastly, staying with the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker being accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 massage therapists in the Baltimore area. Tucker calls these allegations unequivocally false in a lengthy response on social media. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Calling all black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs if you are looking to share your story and grow your reach. We've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-Owned Business Give Back. Each quarter, 4 lucky businesses will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the truth right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, believe it or not. So if you want to sign up for your Black Business interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on 1017 The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, on news1.com, a school district in Pennsylvania is being sued after a black student claimed his teacher held up a photo of a monkey in class to humiliate him. The suit claims that 2 brothers were discriminated against for their race at Cumberland Valley School District in Mechanicsburg. According to the state, the teen was sitting in class when his teacher held up a monkey photo and compared it to another black student. The teacher then turned to the black student who filed a lawsuit and made another derogatory comparison, causing the entire class to laugh at their expense. It was such an emotional reaction that he had to being compared to a monkey, to a picture of a monkey, that kind of really started his reaction toward the school district. The lawsuit also says the boy was moved to the front of the bus on the first day of school so he and other black students, you ready, could be monitored easily. The driver was also accused of telling the boy's white girlfriend that she was too good to be with someone like that, the student, because he was black. The young teen also had a learning disability that he never received help for, which caused him to become angry and frustrated with the school. Now, according to the lawsuit, while the boy was being targeted by his peers for his race, the school unfairly punished the black student while the white students were given lesser or no punishment at all. Shocking. In 2022, this is from the state, Pennsylvania, the student received a text of a white student holding a gun and threatening the boy, according to the lawsuit. He confronted the student about the photo, the lawsuit said, and was suspended. The white student was not punished, and the incident was written off as boys will be boys. The following year, the teen got into another dispute with a student and was placed in an illegal and criminal restraint hold, the lawsuit said. The teen's little brother was also discriminated against while attending school in the district. Miller condemned the school district, calling out its history of discrimination, and told the state there are so stoned in their belief that nothing needs to change, and they've ignored everything that has gone on within that little small district. I can believe that. I can believe that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you are on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm back.
Hey.
I'm just fine. How are you?
I am doing much better now.
Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock. That's right?
No. It's been a trying day, so I'm trying to, just take it easy.
Oh, you were busy.
Yep.
Pretty busy?
Yep.
Well, that maybe it's time to retire a little bit, to get some rest.
Yep.
You said you're not going to retire, so.
Well.
Not yet anyways, huh?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay. Well, I sure got out early. I got out at 57, so I ran.
I got out at 57, too. Sure did.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Well, I didn't do nothing else.
Well, I get bored easily.
I don't. Well, actually, what I did do a little something. I was helping with the kids, getting them back and forth to school and stuff. So I did that, so I didn't have to worry about going to work and all that good stuff after I did it. Because before I was, helping them out, and then I was still working.
Right.
So when people say we're lazy, we're not lazy.
No, we're not lazy.
We be going back and forth, and I'm telling you, that's a job because I was always shifting shifts to make it work. Mm-hmm. That's how I did it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, so I was just calling because I was listening. I was listening to you talk about, you were talking about a lot of stuff. I cannot remember everything. So I just jot it down.
That's why you listen to the rebroadcast.
No, I jot it down while you're saying it.
Or you can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, or you can go to YouTube and watch it too.
Right. But when I want to talk to you, I have to know it before I talk.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Well, not really.
Yes, I do. So what am I going to say? Well, one thing I wanted to say, nobody really ever speak about it, but this vaccination that Kennedy guy is going goofy with, I don't even have a problem with it because I told you I was in reserve. We had to take the shot. And I started out with trying to get in the medical field. We had to take the shots again.
Right.
So I was at work and I was on the medical team, so I had to take the shots again.
Right.
So I don't know why, it's so much of a controversy over shots.
Well, because the controversy comes in that taking the shot didn't do anything. It never stopped COVID. It just lowered the symptoms. So making people take a shot that only made you not feel, bad, but you actually got COVID and passed it around. Well, then who's it helping?
The flu don't either. The flu shot don't. You still get the flu.
Correct. You could
so
get
why
the flu.
take the flu shot?
Well, because see, I used to argue it. Hang on, let me check. So there's a difference between a vaccine and an inoculation. When you're inoculated for chickenpox, you're not going to get chickenpox. If you're vaccinated for chickenpox, you could get chickenpox. It just won't be as bad. There's no vaccination for chickenpox. There's inoculation for chickenpox.
Okay.
For smallpox. For not smallpox? I don't know. Polio, right. Everybody's been inoculated for polio. They literally, like a couple years ago, polio is starting to make a return because people are saying, I don't want to get inoculated. I don't want to take vaccines. We're not talking about vaccines. We're talking about inoculation, something that will stop you from getting polio. They had 2 cases of polio in the world. We had literally eradicated polio, and it came back. So people were telling people that the vaccine could act like an inoculation, and it can't. So telling people they had to take a shot that isn't going to stop them from spreading COVID, then I should be able to say, I don't want to take it. And it's okay. But people got fired. Doctors got fired from their job. Doctors that tried to tell, hey, you have an option here because it's a vaccine. No, you don't. You got to take it. And you took it. People got sick. I got sick. I got so sick I had to go to the hospital. So it's kind of it's my prerogative as a U.S. citizen that if I don't want to take a vaccine, I'm not taking a vaccine. And you shouldn't have to make me take a vaccine because everybody thinks you should take a vaccine. But the only people that have made out like a fat rat in Pfizer and BioNTech. So they made trillions, billions. We got sick. What is that? And then we pretend oh, well, no harm, no foul. How do you get fired from a job for not taking something that isn't going to help you anyway? Now, the majority of people that took it that had comorbidities, it was very important that they took the shot. It's very important that if you have a comorbidity, you take it because it will lessen that if you do get COVID, you won't be sent to the hospital and end up on a ventilator and all that. That's very important. But that means you need to go to your doctor and find out, do I have any comorbidities? What are they? But instead of doing that, they just told everybody to take a shot. So, I don't know.
Well, yeah, because the flu, we had a chance. We didn't have to take the flu shot if you don't want to take it.
The flu killed more people. Think about that.
Yeah.
The
maybe.
flu has killed a lot of people. And you gotta, and the flu is only like what, 62% effective. And we never told people. Well, you have to take the flu shot. I don't know.
Do you believe in culling the population?
What do you mean culling?
You think that's what's...
No, that's not what's happening.
Get rid of people. You don't think that's what's going...
No.
Happening, yeah?
No, I don't. All right,
they were saying how... okay, then I'll talk to you later.
I got some calls coming. Have a great weekend.
And you got some calls, and you too, and you got some calls, and you got your the break.
Yep.
Yes, get the break. Go ahead.
She know my show better than me. All right, thank you much, Sandra. Take care. Okay. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me hurry. Lana Banana.
Hey, Dr. Ken Harris, how are you today?
What's going on?
Good. I just want to put out some truth about this monkey business.
Okay.
Yeah, first of all, black people, we don't look like monkeys. The white people do because look at the nose, look at the thin lips, look at the ears, look at the big white forehead that look like a sun visor with eyebrows at the end. The scalp is the same color. They both have straight hair.
So what it sounds like is you're talking about a white person look like a monkey. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, and we don't look. We black people, we don't look like no monkey. Don't get sad over that.
And I ain't never seen a black person with ears like that.
I know, and the lips. They really don't have lips. And even the even the silverback. Even the silverback, look at the scalp. The scalp is the same color as white people. And the nostrils, and the nostrils, they go up like, the black people, our nostrils go like, it's a line.
You are really serious about this monkey thing, ain't you?
Yeah, because it's the truth. Yeah, and they get lights and all that. So, black people, they got flat butts and everything like the monkeys. So
okay, I'm done. Okay, all right. Thank you, Lana. Appreciate you.
Have a nice weekend.
Have a good weekend. Bye. Okay, flat. Like what? So, couple quick hits, right? That's a new segment, by the way. I have a couple stories called Quick Hits. So, New York Post has a thing. Google's new feature uses AI to call businesses for you. We have gotten lazy. Hate calling people back on the phone. Google will do it for you. Google is testing out a new tool that allows an artificial intelligence to make phone calls to businesses to ask questions for you. It's called Ask For Me. It's a feature that will get information on details and pricing and service availability. However, for now, it's only available for nail salons and auto shops. Google product lead Rose Yo said on a post on X. Once you get into the experiment on Google Search Labs, when you search for nail salons and auto shops, you might be prompted to have an Ask Me response. Hey, call Jason and see how much his haircut costs. Hi, I'm calling for Jason. And you used it before? Oh,
I have used it.
That's janky. That is janky. All right, my other story is from JS Online. On her way home from work on a rainy day, Phaisha Parker's cell phone rang. Woman said her son had been shot. Thought it was a prank, hung up. Son was fine. She was texting him. There's no gun in her house. Got home. There was a gun. Her son was shot. It was an accident. I'm holding your son now. Parker's mind raced. She sped home. Who else was there? Her son, her daughter. Why do you have a gun there? Parker's longtime boyfriend promised he'd gotten rid of it. The shooting set off a cavalcade of consequences. Parker was charged with child neglect, even though it wasn't her gun, and she didn't know it was there. The charge led her to lose her nursing job and a place to live, and it put her dream of becoming a registered nurse in jeopardy. When a child is shot accidentally in Milwaukee County, prosecutors almost always file felony charges against defendants, a recent Milwaukee Journal Sentinel analysis found. Conversely, accidental shootings in other counties are more often charged as misdemeanors. There's a spectrum of cases. On one end is a convicted drug dealer who leaves a loaded gun on a coffee table. The other end is a parent who buys a gun for home defense, tucks it in a drawer without locking it up, and Parker's case lands among those of this end. No criminal record, offered a deal most defendants charged in unintentional shootings in Milwaukee don't get, that if she met court-ordered conditions, took a parenting class and a gun safety class, and doing community service, the charge would disappear. Now, that's fair. But why was she charged in the first place? Some other kid brought a gun in the house. Her son didn't know, and her son got accidentally shot. Are you going to charge her with child neglect? Yeah. But, of course, Laverne was here. Dude, what y'all doing? You think you're doing her a favor by charging her? Well, if we charge everybody, then she shouldn't have been charged. And now you jacked up her career getting a license to become a registered nurse. But I'm going to keep watching. Kent said he's going to do some stuff. We'll see.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Start jamming in the morning and get your daily drop of juice.
Juice gets you hydrated and started for your day. And that's what we plan to do from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Every single morning, we're going to be keeping you in the mix, talking about everything you care about all before 9 a.m.
So wipe that crust out your eyes and get ready for jamming with juice.
Turning your mornings into your favorite part of the day.
Get that stank breath out of here. Brush your teeth.
It's it, bro. Like, what? Catch Jammin' with Juice
from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Milwaukee.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Happy New Year means a lot of rough days ahead for those who suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Plenty of gray, frigid days on the horizon where we all just want to be snugly and warm at home. That's where Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin comes in. Their inviting doors welcome friends and family into a cozy home thanks to Pella's gorgeous, energy-efficient windows, keeping the cold out. Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin showroom today so you can learn the Pella difference and get inspired on making your home more energy efficient and beautiful with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hurry, you only have until January 31st to score Pella's New Year's special. 0% interest for up to 3 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit PellaWI.com.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, it's been one of those days. Philadelphia plane crash. An aircraft reportedly hit a mall. Looks like a small plane. I think next time I'm supposed to fly, I'm walking. Like, not to the airport, but to where I'm going. I think I'm walking. I seriously think I'm walking. I don't get it. Maybe I'll take the train. It'll only take me like 3 days to get where I'm going, right? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. Make sure you hang out tomorrow, 10 a.m., Concordia University MLK prayer brunch. It'll be live from 10 till 12. Make sure you come hang out, check it out. Hear some scripture, hear some singing. And as we commemorate Martin Luther King at Concordia University, Wisconsin. Hey, God bless. Take care. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. I'm out.